Hey loves, so today I'm going to do a review slash tutorial on the Fenty Beauty makeup. So I did get most of these products when the line launched, but there's a couple things I wanted to get still, and a couple things that I wanted to exchange, and then I ended up going out of town, and then just the days that I had to film before I left were like in the middle of the night, and I wanted to actually do a wear test. So I decided to wait until I had a day where I didn't go into work until late and I could actually put this foundation on, wear it for about 6 to 8 hours, and then come back and kind of show you guys how it wore. And then I also wore it yesterday so I can kind of compare what I did yesterday to today and actually compare if I like the foundation and any of the products total. I got two of the foundations in 420 and 440. I got two extra matchsticks, and this is in Riddick and Rum. I also got the trio matchsticks in Deep 40. And then I got two highlighters, so I got Ginger Binge and Moscow Mule, and then I got Trophy Wife. And then I got the Fenty Beauty sponge, and I also got the foundation brush. And then I got a sample. This was supposed to be a sample of the 430 foundation, but they gave me 420, so I don't really need it. And then I also got a sample of the Fenty primer. And then I picked up two of the lip glosses from Fenty Beauty. So basically I already did my eyes and my eyebrows, so I wore the foundation and everything yesterday, and I tried the primer. I don't like the primer, so today I'm going to go in with my normal primers and see if the foundation wears any better or if it feels any better. So I'm going in with the Becca First Light Priming Filter, and I'm also going in with the Maybelline Babyskin as my primers. So for the babyskin primer, I do just put this in my T-zone area. I will be looking at my screen right here so that I can see where I'm applying it, but don't mind me. Anyways, I do apply it where my pores are really large, which is right on the sides of my nose. And then sometimes I put a little bit on my forehead and on my chin because I have some texture there. And then I'm going to go in and I just massage these in, and I kind of wipe it out in a motion like this to really get in and smooth those pores and any texture I have. And I don't really apply this primer anywhere else. It can kind of give you that slick feeling when you put on foundation and concealer and stuff. So I try not to go too crazy with it and apply it all over my face, but I just apply it in my problem areas. And then I go in with my Becca primer and I apply this all over my face. I apply it right over my T-zone, on the perimeter of my face, and I take about a pump and a half. What I really like about this primer is it's really like illuminating and moisturizing, and I feel like if you have dry skin, this is a awesome primer for sure. And this I kind of work into the skin like lotion, so yeah. Lotion. Okay, so now that I have my primer on, I'm going to go ahead and take the Fenty Beauty sponge. I used the foundation brush yesterday, and I really like the brush. As far as being worth $34, I probably wouldn't purchase it again, just because that's very steep for just a foundation brush. The foundation itself is $34, so just keep that in mind. If you have the money to splurge, then I definitely get it. I used it to apply my foundation, my concealer, and my contour, and it made blending everything a lot easier for me, and it gave me that real full coverage look that I was going for. So I like that the beauty sponge comes in this protective kind of cover, just because a lot of people like to open the package and kind of play with the stuff in there, and I just think that could be a big sanitation issue. So I like that they put this protective film over there so you can typically know when someone else has opened it. So I do like this beauty sponge. As you can see, I like that you have this nice smooth side so it can apply concealer right under your eye easily, and then this flat side to get right under your eye, as well as a curved side just for your regular foundation or blending out contours. So I do really like this sponge, and it retails for $16. So it does say that if you want full coverage to use the brush dry, and for medium coverage to use the brush damp. So I'm going to go dampen it just a little bit, just because I don't like using dry sponges. So I'm just going to slightly dampen it, and then I'll be right back. So I did dampen the beauty sponge slightly, and it didn't really increase in size too much. I do see a little indents from the packaging, but I'm not really too concerned about it. So yeah. Now I'm going to go in with the shade 420 in my foundation. And I have not tried this shade out yet. Like I said, I tried the 440 yesterday, so I'm hoping this is a more neutral undertone, which I think kind of complements me more because I have more yellow and more neutral in my undertone. And I don't know why I went for red, even though it says that it's a cool undertone and I don't like cool foundations. Totally my fault. So I'm gonna go in with 420. Don't mind my dogs because he's being loud and crazy. Anyways, so I really like the frosted packaging that it comes in. It's just so classy to me and just so sophisticated and bougie, and I'm just feeling it. Like, feeling it, baby. I'm feeling this packaging. So I am going to go in with 2 pumps of the foundation. I did 4 pumps yesterday and that gave me really nice full coverage. I do have blemishes along my chin and on the sides of my face, and acne scars and a little hyperpigmentation. So I'm gonna go in with 2 pumps to see if I can kind of build it from there, or if 2 pumps will be enough for me and I won't have to go to 4 pumps. So I'm gonna do that. 1, 2. I'm just gonna take a mirror and blend this out with the round side. I would work in sections and apply it in each section and just blend it out and then apply it in the next section, just because it does dry down pretty quickly. And it does have a kind of soft matte finish. This finish does feel a lot better than it did yesterday when I tried it with the Fenty primer, just because I feel like it was just too drying for me. I'm going to go in with 1 more pump, just to kind of see if that kind of helps. And I'm just mainly applying this in the places that I need that extra kind of coverage. And I really like that it feels like nothing on my skin. Literally, it feels like I'm wearing nothing. It just feels like this is my own skin, which I like. A lot of the times when I put on a lot of my foundations, I can feel that I'm wearing foundation. With this foundation, I don't know if it's because it's matte or whatnot, but it just feels like skin to me. So I can see some of my blemishes peeking through the foundation. I feel like if you have really troublesome skin, you might not like it because it's not as full coverage without using a lot of the foundation. But for me, I really liked it. I'm going to go ahead and just use whatever I spilled on this bottle on my face because I'm not trying to waste product or have it make a mess of my lid. So now that my foundation is applied, it does give me pretty full coverage with about 3.5 pumps. I still had to use about close to 4 pumps, so I will say if you want full coverage, start off with 3 to 4 pumps. I'm about to go in with a concealer with the Trio. I do kind of keep that in mind that if it's somewhere that I'm going to be applying concealer, that I don't need my foundation to give me that full coverage, because typically my concealer is going to give me the rest of that coverage that I need. So I'm going in with the shade Suede, and this is out of the Max Trio. And I do like that these are magnetic. I think that's super duper cute. So I'm going to go in with Suede right under my eye to conceal and to highlight. So when I first applied these, I didn't think they were as creamy as I wanted them to be. But that could just be me. But now that I'm using it with a different primer, I really do like the way it's applying. I feel like yesterday just my skin was so dry from the primer and the foundation that I just didn't like it. But today it's applying really nicely. So I'm going to go in with about that amount. And you do get about, let's roll this bad boy up. So I'm going in with Suede as my concealer stick, and I'm just showing you guys how much product that it did come with. I'm going ahead and blending that out with my beauty sponge. Since the concealer is matte, it did take me quite a bit of effort to blend it out, as well as the contour stick, but there's really no other way to beat around it. It wasn't something that completely drove me crazy. It was just a slight bit irritating. I love the shade of Espresso. I think it's the perfect contour shade for us chocolate ladies. So I just think it's so rich and creamy and just makes my skin look delightful. Like, literally, I love this color. Like I said, they both took quite a bit of effort to blend, but it's totally worth it for the outcome you get with this contour shade. And so I just apply it along my forehead, my nose, under my bottom lip, my jawline sometimes, and then right under my chin area. And then I'm just blending that out. I did cut out about 90% of me blending just because it was so tedious. I'm going in with the Laura Mercier to set my under eye and just all those places that I applied the concealer, just because I do tend to crease quite a bit. So I like to go ahead and quickly set those places right after I conceal and contour. I do not bake with the Laura Mercier just because it's not a good baking color for my complexion, but I do like how it sets my concealer when I use it. And I like to really blend that translucent powder into my skin, and I'm going in with Riddick as a blush. This is a really beautiful shade. I definitely recommend the shimmer sticks and the matte sticks for oily skin, but on my dry skin they just weren't that awesome, but the color was beautiful. So definitely, out of a 10, I would definitely rate the majority of these products a 9. I know they would be a 10 for all of those oily girls, but I'm just not one of them, so it wasn't a 100% win for me. I'm going in with the shimmer sticks to highlight. And I used this little disposable sponge, but then I went back in with a beauty sponge just because it blended it out a lot smoother and a lot more, just basically nicer than the little disposable one was blending it. I'm also going to go in with Ginger Binge and Moscow Mule to kind of set that shimmer stick and to kind of make the highlight pop a little bit more. I'm extra when it comes to highlight. This is a very natural highlight for me today, but I love that trio I love that dual, kind of set for everyday. Both colors are beautiful. I really like that brush just because it really precisely puts the highlighter directly where you want it to go. I'm totally filling myself in this clip with this highlight. I think it's just beautiful. It just makes me feel like I'm glowing from within, which is definitely awesome on a everyday kind of natural routine for me. I'm also going to go in with the Fenty Gloss, which smells like the fruit punch watermelon kind of Kool-Aid. Delicious. It's super duper light. It's not sticky. I feel like it just complements every skin tone. But I just want to thank you Lovebugs for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you Lovebugs next time. And I definitely rate this video a 9 out of 10, so don't forget to go and check out Fenty Beauty.